Well, the new restrictions apply to passengers traveling out of 10 specific airports. And those airports are located in 8 countries. They're mostly in the Middle East and Northern Africa. They include Egypt, Jordan, Kuwait, Morocco, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and the United Arab Emirates. So only those 10 international airports in those countries, Andrew. And the restrictions are on electronics, bigger than the size of your average cell phone or smartphone. Any electronic device bigger than that now has to go in checked luggage, no more carry-on. So that's going to apply to things like laptops, tablets, cameras, electronic gaming systems. What the restrictions do not apply to are cell phones and smartphones and medical devices. So those will still be allowed in the cabin of the airplane once they go through carry-on luggage security. These instructions to the airlines that are affected went out this morning from those 2 agencies you mentioned, the Department of Homeland Security and the Transportation Security Administration. And the airlines now have 96 hours to comply with these rules, so a bit of flexibility there in terms of preparing to deal with maybe some frustrated passengers who are caught off guard by these new restrictions, and they are set to last indefinitely, so no end date in sight. But it's important to note, too, these restrictions are just on inbound flights from those airports into the United States. These don't affect domestic flights flying out of the United States to those locations. The restrictions apply to all passengers regardless of their nationality and regardless of their traveler status. So even those people that have those pre-checks through the TSA or trusted traveler status, Andrew, they would still have to follow these new rules.
Started with Homeland Security's decision. So do we know more about why the ban was put in place?
Well, we know vaguely why it was put in place, but not a lot of specifics. So the agencies here are saying that terrorists, it's an ongoing trend that terrorists try and target the aviation sector. And they are saying that based on intelligence that they've evaluated, they felt the need, they say, they have a concern, they say, that led them to want to enhance these security measures. White House spokesman Sean Spicer asked about this afternoon at the briefing, Andrew. Here's what he had to say about it.
Elevated intelligence that we're aware of indicates that terrorist groups continue to target commercial aviation and are aggressive in pursuing innovative methods to undertake their attacks, to include smuggling of explosive devices and various consumer objects. Based on this information, the Secretary of Homeland Security and the TSA administrator have determined that it is necessary to enhance security procedures for passengers at certain last point of departure airports. That being said, I'm not going to go any further than that. I would refer any further comment to the TSA.
So not a ton of specifics, Andrew, but a lot of head scratching. Some people not quite clear on why exactly they're doing this or how effective it might be. He was asked in a follow-up question, why just these 10 airports? If a laptop is being deemed a threat, if there is concern that explosives could be put in one, why does it matter what airport it's coming out of? And Sean Spicer's answer to that was that he couldn't really discuss it further and was just saying that the intelligence they have is commensurate with these new enhanced measures, and then again referring more questions to the TSA.